Live 5 News starts now with breaking news.
We start right now with this breaking news. North Charleston police on the scene of a shooting on Lexington Avenue right here. Police say one woman has been taken to the hospital after being shot by a man. This situation still developing. We have a news crew on the way to the scene right now. We'll bring you more information as soon as it comes in.
Also, this just in the last few minutes, Belgian authorities announcing they shot a suspect after an explosion at a central train station in Brussels. So far, no one but the suspect has been reported injured, and the damage was limited. Police say the suspect was wearing a backpack and explosive belt. Details are still limited, but police say the threat is contained. Right now, we're tracking some developments in the tropics, including the newly formed tropical storm Cindy.
And here's a live look over our West Ashley studios where rain has been hitting us hard off and on all afternoon. Our chief meteorologist Bill Walsh joins us now. Bill, we're feeling the effects, believe it or not, of that tropical storm Cindy right now.
Right, the circulation around that is a big circulation. It's bringing rain all across the southeast, all the way back up here into South Carolina. Needed rain for a lot of folks, but we don't need those downpours. Let me show you what it looks like. We're going to the big board and taking a look at this huge circulation. Here's Cindy down here in the Gulf, but look at the reach of that moisture all across the southeast. Again, this is just a big old rainmaker. It's going to continue to head up toward Louisiana. Most of the core of the storm is going to get out there. Not going to be a big wind deal, but it will be a big rainmaker all across the south as the system pushes off to the north and west. Right here at home, we are talking about a lot of rain, particularly some moderate to heavy rain from West Ashley, back up into Berkeley County, Moncks Corner, all the way back up into Georgetown, and now west of Georgetown up into Kingstree and up toward, say, Williamsburg County, and more showers just on the west side of Waldenburg. So as we go to the threat board, here's what we can expect from this system over the next 24 hours. Heavy rain, yeah, that's a good bet. 9 out of 10 chance, certainly on and off lighter showers as well. Thunderstorm threat, not giant with these types of tropical downpours, but not out of the question. We've had some lightning already today. Definitely could see some flooding, localized mostly around areas that have already had some rain. We'll talk more about that. Plus, Brett is no longer a tropical system. We'll have an update on the Cindy track. And what about your weekend? Might be a little better. We'll have more on that live in just a few minutes.
And talking about traffic this afternoon, first alert traffic here. The rain really not helping the situation outside as you're driving to your destination, maybe just getting off of work, heading to dinner, the store. You can see an accident on 26 westbound at 209, exit 209. That's the Ashley Phosphate Road exit. So keep that in mind, a little bit of backup because of it here. And once again, the rain isn't helping us out this afternoon. Also an accident on Red Bank Road at Harbor Lake Drive. So keep that one in mind. And also switching gears here to 642. That's Dorchester Road at Trolley Road, another incident there. So quite a few showers this afternoon like you just saw, really impacting that commute, and a slowdown here at the merge lanes on a 526 and 26. We'll talk about drive times in a few minutes.
Thank you, Stephanie. Right now, I want to give you a live look from Galveston, Texas, into the Gulf of Mexico. The Texas Gulf Coast, one of many miles of coastline preparing for possible side effects from Tropical Storm Cindy. Right now, a tropical storm warning is in effect from the Louisiana-Mississippi state line all the way over to Houston, Texas. This storm is expected to bring up to a foot of rain in addition to gusty winds.
Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana is in the path of that storm. Today, the floodgates were closed as the area gets ready for heavy flooding from the rain and tidal surge, and neighbors are preparing for the worst there. Natasha Robin with our sister station WVUE has more on their efforts.
We are here in Terrebonne Parish, where people are certainly worried about the heavy rain that's heading this way. There are 12 sandbagging locations like this one set up around the parish. People are showing up to fill sandbags, and they'll be placing them around their homes and businesses as a precaution. This parish has 12 floodgates. 11 of them are right now in the process of being closed. Of course, the big one, the Bubba Dove Houma floodgate, will be closed at 5 o'clock today. Now, that's a floodgate that protects the Houma Navigation Canal, which basically blocks the Gulf of Mexico from flooding Houma. I'm told that that gate should take between 3 and 5 hours to close. Once that is complete, every floodgate in the parish Parish will be closed. Residents will then have to focus on the heavy rain and the drainage across the area. And of course, that's what a lot of folks are really worried about, because when the heavy rain comes in, they're worried about the drainage in their neighborhoods and the water coming up and possibly flooding streets and possibly getting into some of the homes and businesses. And that's why you see so many folks out here right now. That's the very latest from Terrebonne Parish. I'm Natasha Robin.
And we are continuing to follow both the tropical storm Cindy and remnants of Brett very, very closely. Our chief meteorologist Bill Walsh will have the latest on all of the developments in the tropics. That'll be coming up in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, you can keep track of the tropics right in the palm of your hand. So download the Live 5 Weather app and get the first alert to any severe weather brewing anytime. Search Live 5 Weather in your app store.
Right now, Charleston City Council leaders are discussing an audit of their police force. This just one day after the Charleston Area Justice Ministry called for a new company to audit the police department, saying the city's current choice isn't qualified. Alexis Simmons live at that meeting going on right now. Alexis, what's the latest, please?
Well, Bill, since the Charleston Area Justice Ministry thinks that the current firm is not qualified to determine the racial bias, they've decided the council members are actually looking into two different options in order to move forward. Now, one of those options was actually brought forth by a council member, and he is actually proposing that they hire a completely new firm and leave the firm that is currently hired for that out. Another option with the Mayor Tecklenburg, he has actually proposed that they use the current firm, Novak Consulting, and that they would actually hire someone else who specializes in auditing police practices. Now, I was able to confirm that the Charleston Police Department has issued more warnings to African Americans than other people, but also the city also says that since January of 2015, they have not received any reports, and let me read this, of citizen complaints of racial bias filed against the Charleston Police Department. Now, coming up on Live 5 News at 6 o'clock, I'll have more from this meeting on if a decision is made moving forward, and we'll have that for you at 6. I'm live in downtown Charleston. Alexis Simmons, Live 5 News.
Thank you. We're continuing now to follow that breaking news out of North Charleston. We know one woman was shot and taken to the hospital. Colby Satterfield live on the scene right now. Colby, what can you tell us right now?
Bill, I'm here on Lexington Avenue in North Charleston. You can see there's a large police presence. Now you can see here, there's one line of police tape. But if you keep looking back, there's another row of police tape that way. And then also when you turn this way, the crime scene tape goes all around this area. And you can see investigators have been going inside this house here. And there's also crime scene up near that area as well. So you can see it is still a very active scene here off of Lexington Avenue in North Charleston, where the police are investigating a shooting. I'm going to be here on scene and try and get more information. And as soon as I have any, I will let you guys know on air and online. Live in North Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.
Also happening right now, we're taking a live look at the Charleston County School District listening session. Recent events involving well-known principals have caused a major backlash and even protests at the school district. Tonight, principals in the district are expected to address Superintendent Dorita Postlethwaite. The district says they'll use the feedback that they're getting tonight to come up with a new plan for the new school year. Tonight's meeting goes on until 7 o'clock tonight. Also happening right now, school leaders in Berkeley County are holding a special meeting discussing a criminal investigation in the district. In February, the district fired their chief financial officer, Brantley Thomas, after they found out he was under investigation by the FBI. No specifics about that investigation have been released. The FBI has also been reviewing all financial records at the Berkeley County School District in order to find any possible irregularities with the school district's bank account. We'll have more on that meeting coming up tonight at 11.
Happening right now, crews in Florida removing the final pieces of a Confederate statue in Orlando. The 106-year-old statue in Lake Eola Park came down this morning. It has been a symbol of debate for years, being called a symbol of slavery by critics. The statue will be moved to a nearby cemetery in a special section set aside for Confederate veterans. Coming up, counterfeit bills showing up in Lowcountry stores. Why local businesses are warning you to keep an eye on what's in your wallet.
And a series of shootings in Myrtle Beach prompts an emergency meeting of City Council, what the city plans to do to combat the recent crimes.